Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how I achieved my dream physique while working 50 plus hours, a week and spending less than 6 hours in the gym. As you guys can see the picture on the right, that's me, being the best shape of my life. And again, working 50 plus hours a week, still making it work. And this is by tracking your macros and using progressive overload and all your workouts so that you're not, being stagnant with your progression. Okay. You're not wasting time working out and cooking along with not getting overwhelmed with just useless information. And so this is my journey. Growing up, I was an active kid who played football and basketball. But with this, I was never the strongest nor the biggest, and it bothered me. Instead of me getting pushed around, I wanted to be the one pushing people around, okay? And become the strongest one out of everyone. I always struggled gaining weight as a kid for strength because I always had a fast metabolism, and hey, that's a lot of our problems, right? Gaining weight, fast metabolism, but no. Anyways, me being pushed around, feeling belittled at the time, and feeling like I never show my true potential due to lack of size, always discouraged me. And I just felt like I just something I wanted to skip for the longest. Not having to feel that way. And this was me at 15, as you guys can see these two pictures right here. So 2017, 2019, skinny, scrawny, not muscles, just again, like I'm looking like a stick. But with this, when I would look at myself, I wasn't where I wanted to be, nor was I truly confident in myself, okay? At 15, I got tired of how I looked. I started my fitness journey. The thing was, though, I didn't have a plan going into the gym, nor with my diet. I just went in blind, not knowing what actually would count and wouldn't. With this, after months for training for 3 plus hours, I was barely making any real results. And again, this is before I knew, but you do not have to be in the gym for 3 hours plus, only 1 hour max, maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes, okay? But I would watch YouTube videos and ask people who had more experience than me what to do, but this still didn't help me because I didn't have a set plan specifically for, me with my restrictions at the time and not knowing, I didn't actually have to be in the gym for more than, even an hour to see major results. But with this, I was left confused and discouraged about, even going to the gym because I didn't know how to approach it the correct way. But in 2021, I stayed consistent, although the stagnant progressions I was making, okay, again, even though I was being consistent with no plan and no routine whatsoever, it led me to putting on weight in the incorrect way. Okay, so feeling better about myself, but still not fully feeling confident. So with time passing, I put on weight without tracking anything, and as you can see in this picture, yes, I do look better in better shape, compared to the very first picture in the very top left. But again, like I still had fat. The abs were not really showing. My chest is still pretty flat, and I didn't like the round look. I wanted to be cut up. Okay, my face was bloated. No sharp features. I knew I was still missing something. Okay, and I felt as if I was wasting my time only because I was at the gym consistently, but not where I wanted to be 100 percent with the aesthetic look. But I always knew that I had something to do, about making a change for myself and then my life for the better. So that started me with getting a full time job. Okay. So this is me right here, okay, working at Bank of America. You can see my badge right here, my tie, my name. And, I've been working here for a year and a half, still working here, okay? This gave me the realization if I can work hard, for a boss, then I can work harder for myself, okay? I noticed that I just needed time, management, okay? With great dieting and a great workout routine. But once I learned this knowledge, I made a huge change for my overall routine when it came to, reaching my dream physique. Sorry, guys, there's misspelling here. But I started learning how to track my calories. Okay, eating whole foods. For better. My dieting and finding a full workout routine. As to how I wanted to mold my body, which completely completely excelled my physique to its very best. Okay, but after learning and applying the knowledge that I learned on top of being consistent, my overall momentum of gaining muscle while losing fat was something I thought I could never achieve because again it was consistency and I was making mistakes, but again with the knowledge that I finally knew, that wasn't the issue. Okay, so I started going to the gym, but with more knowledge and a better skill set, which sped up my progress using macro manipulation and progressive overload, and lost a lot of fat while packing on muscle. And so here I have an explanation going over macro manipulation and progressive overload. Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over micro manipulation as well as progressive overload, which transformed me, 90 days, which is the picture you see on the left side, which is me being 165 pounds, to the picture that you see on the right, which is me being 180 pounds, gaining pure muscle, being cut up, having the V taper and everything. So, the truth about getting in shape that nobody tells you. So, you can still be in very good shape without excessive hours in the gym and still be enjoying good tasting foods, all while making progress towards your dream body. Most men fail because they don't understand these simple things: how to log and track your calories, how to be efficient with your time and energy in the gym, how to use macro manipulation for the best results instead of finding a quick fix. The mistake most people in your position make. Most people try to lose fat by hopping on the treadmill and start eating salads for their meals, but they never check to verify if that approach works. Losing weight and losing fat are not the same thing. Doing what most people will do will make you lose weight, which is fat and muscle, and we do not want to lose muscle. We only want to be losing fat. Okay? The problem with this approach is that yes, you will be losing weight, but again, that's fat and muscle, and we don't want to lose muscle, which is not ideal, and it is also hard to sustain and be consistent with this kind of diet. Roughly 90% of people who lose weight and end up gaining it all back within the same year. And you might ask why? Well, because again, it's not sustainable. So, what's the best diet, you may ask? We've all heard of these fancy diets like intermittent fasting, keto, carnivore, or paleo diet. There are good and bad about each one of these diets. The thing is, with these diets, you will see results, but not the best results you can get. But the diet that stands tall above them all is a bodybuilder's diet. Think about it. So, like, a bodybuilder's diet is someone who is a professional with manipulating with their body, whether it's to put on size, so muscle, or shred fat in a short period of time. So, why wouldn't we use a bodybuilder's diet? To achieve a certain look that we want for our body, right? A bodybuilder's diet is flexible, it is balanced, it's likable, and most of all, it's actually sustainable, unlike the other one. And keep in mind, consistency is the key to any part of life, okay? So always be consistent and always remember that, to have that engraved in your head with anything you choose to do in life, anything you put your mind to. Consistency. Now, I will outline the process of how I used macro manipulation and progressive overload to shred and pack on muscle in 90 days. Micro manipulation and progressive overload, a simple guide. So on the left, we have cutting. So 90 days of leaning out. So creating an environment to build as much muscle as possible with shredding down fat, focusing on progressive overload with slightly higher volume or rep ranges, lower food intake, and optimizing macros for the best results possible with progressive cardio as well too. Now on the right, we have 90 days of reverse dieting. So lowering volume and increasing intensity, progressively increase food intake, maintaining cardio consistency, and allowing the least amount of fat to be put on. Now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate you how I optimize each stage, so I no longer was being held back by the mistakes I made, because along my journey I made a lot of mistakes, right? And that's normal, but again, that's why I'm here. So gonna go ahead and show you the mistakes that I made that I didn't even know I was making, and this is a process that I used and still do for myself to this day and for my clients to shred fat and pack on muscle. Training, nutrition, and recovery. So training, nutrition, and recovery. First, we have training. So intensity, reps in reserve, training till failure, because we want to maximize our muscle growth and our strength. Another one, form. So alignment, eccentric, and concentric as well too. We also have progressive overload, so increasing weights and or reps over time. So again, we ensure that we're increasing, our strength. We now move on to nutrition. Knowing macros and calories needed for your desired outcome, whether that's losing or gaining weight, as well as, refeeds, aka cheat meals, all right? Best sources of each macronutrient as well too. So for your carbs, your fats, as well as for your protein. And then we also have recovery. So hours of sleep, your meal timing as well too, and your rest days. Now, on the pictures that I have listed on the bottom, those are pictures that I just wanted to demonstrate, again, what I eat, and also look how appealing they look. They're not boring food. They're not boring foods. Sorry. Like, you don't have to eat boring foods in order to, reach your dream potential, your dream physique, whatever it is that you may want to, achieve, whether that's losing or gaining weight. It doesn't have to be boring, But yes, now you can see my body. I posted image right there. You can see me, demonstrating again what I consume and what the outcome is. So cutting training, higher reps with form and intensity mastery, building a solid mind muscle connection, higher volume to increase your daily energy expenditure, and increasing cardio over time as well too. Now we have the cutting nutrition. So optimizing your nutrition to make fat loss the highest priority, hitting your protein goal. So 1 gram per body weight, for protein, fats to maintain hormones and cell function, and carbs to maintain and maximize your performance as well too. And so now we have the bulking training, intensity and hitting PRs weekly to maximize your growth, lowering the volume and reps for the most strength output, ensuring growth, maintaining a cardio level to reduce your fat gain, and bulking nutrition. So gradually increasing calories to ensure by feeding the muscles that require macros it needs to actually grow, and that you're also gaining your strength. Incorporating mini cuts to regain a higher metabolism, and incorporating cheat meals. Now keep in mind, even after everything I just told you, you can still be held back from getting the body you want. And that's because consistency and discipline is the key to success, not only in reaching your dream physique, but anything you put your mind to that you want to achieve in life. But imagine this. You open up a door, right? And right in front of you is the person, who's the best version of, you. It's the best version of yourself. How do you think he looks, acts, carries himself, or how he thinks? That person walking out that door could be you if you stick to the plan, and again, if you stay consistent. So remember, consistency is key, and you got this. That's all it is, consistency. So after using these methods and staying consistent and giving it all the momentum started compounding, and boom, look at this. Look at that physique. Literally, I gained weight, but look how sharp I am. Just straight muscle that I packed, okay? On the left picture, you see that, and on the sun, it's hitting me, right? The legs are popping, the abs, the arms, man. But yeah, after using consistency with the right guidance and surrounding myself with like-minded individuals, I was able to reach my dream physique along my journey. I not only got physically stronger and sharper, but so did my mindset as well too. And so now this is my lifestyle. So confidence, as you guys can see, this is a picture of me in Lake Tahoe, fit, getting that tan, right? As well as diet. So, eating good food, and then, freedom, the freedom of not feeling limited to, fully being confident, now being, feeling my very best, like my very best, and, always finding an excuse to take my shirt off, okay? But the lessons that I learned. So I learned to become more disciplined in my journey to now do this for life, being fit and teaching how you to do the same. And food doesn't ever have to be boring when reaching your dream physique. It can actually be good, enjoyable, so it's actually sustainable, okay? And I also learned that the knowledge to reach my dream physique efficiently, which became my why to teach you to do the same without, wasting your time and knowing exactly what to do. My fitness journey got me here, from a skinny kid who struggled with confidence to a man that shifted his mindset for the better, learning to become disciplined and being able to conquer any obstacle that may come in his future. With all that, I have an opportunity for you. The truth is, you don't need more information. If that was the case, you've already would have achieved your goal, okay? What if I, told you that you can learn to get your dream physique, be held accountable, and be a part of a like-minded community? And I promise you this will change your mind and your life, okay? And you can see there's two pictures here. I'm with my brothers, right? We're working out. We're, becoming the best version of ourselves, okay? This is for the people who want top tier confidence, are tired of slow progress, want relentless accountability, making sure that you're actually doing what you're doing, are action takers, if you're feeling lost, and if you're open minded. This is not for you if you are not patient, if you are a quitter, if you are not making this a priority, okay? And last but not least, if your ego is too big, then this is not for you. Now, 3 reasons why you could possibly be failing. Number 1, accountability. So all the programs or methods you've tried have not held you accountable. Your coach just gave you a plan and expected you to follow it without really making sure you did it, and make sure that someone is keeping you accountable where you're not making excuses. They're actually making sure that you're doing what you're doing, right? You're not making excuses and you're actually making progress. And number two, training. You're not training correctly. You don't know how many sets, reps, or what exercises to hit, or even, know how to actually hit the muscle group that you're hitting, that you're actually targeting. And you're not even tracking your cardio as well, too. And with this, we transition into number three, which is your diet. Your diet is flat out wrong. If you think you have the right diet, why don't you already have the gym physique that you have? Okay? You don't know how to track your calories and macros and adjust them week to week, to keep making progress towards your goal. Okay, and now we move on to four of these bulleted points. The biggest lie. You do not need a coach who gives you a cookie cutter plan to send you on your way. Listen, you need someone to help you get to where you want to be. That's the reason why you're looking towards that coach, okay? And number two, unsustainable, okay? This will drive you crazy if you'll hit a wall in your progress because you don't have someone to hold you accountable for all your actions, okay? So in the past, you've walked away with that coach, you've learned nothing of real value to improve your life. Number three, done for you. Work with someone who understands how to create a workout and meal plan that is tailored to a busy work schedule and is in the spot you want to be in. Work with someone who will calculate all the changes that you need to occur, your plan. Okay, you need something that's done for you because, again, if you're looking at a coach and he's where you're at, then you are going to follow what he shows you so you can get to where you want to be because he already has knowledge and experience. And number four, strategy. All you have to do is follow the structure of the program. We take care of the calorie and training changes. The 6 fundamentals to a shredded physique and winning mindset. So, mindset mastery. Get rid of the limiting mindset that's been holding you back your entire life, okay? Adapt a mindset that allows you to succeed in any aspect of life. Build the foundation you need to get started on your fitness journey, okay? This isn't something you accomplish overnight. We prep you to get ready to face the hardest challenges of your life, okay? To achieve this, you need to rewire your mind, okay? Implement good habits and be self-aware as well. So how to visualize your goals and turn them into reality, how to be self-aware and cut your vices out of your life, and how to meditate to think clearly so that you have a clear path as to where you need to go. And now optimal workout plans. So a perfect workout plan, give you the perfect workout plan that works best for your schedule, so you can be time efficient as well as being efficient in the gym and, enjoying the process. So making sure you actually enjoy, what you're working out. Giving you a workout plan that makes sure that you feel great after achieving a good hard workout, walking out of the gym with a good pump, with the veins popping. This is going to boost your confidence through the roof. Now next, adaptive meal plans. So you need an exact meal plan that is catered to your body and your goals. A meal plan that works for one person won't work the same for you. So we make sure to give you an exact and simple diet to stick to. With that, enjoying your favorite foods. So don't make you completely throw away your favorite foods, of course. You can eat it often, but in dieting, there is a way to enjoy those hamburgers and fries while losing weight. And with that, a like-minded community. The biggest mistake I see that people think, this whole journey of self-improvement is lonely. When in reality, there are thousands of others, with the same mindset and goals as you, okay? So connecting with others, that have the same goals, same ambitions, same drive as you. The goal is to offer a space to share your journey, together while pushing one another and holding each other accountable. And, here I am with my brotherhood, okay? My brother's right there. We're pushing each other, taking pictures. We're feeling good about ourselves and, working to get those gains and, again, be the best version of ourselves. Now, relentless accountability. If you don't see progression, in your life, that means that there's a lack of accountability. When I try to do everything by myself, it felt overwhelming and I felt alone. Okay, there is only one solution to this. Okay, what's the best way to achieve a goal? Say in front of 100 people. Okay, if you don't achieve your goal, they'll laugh at you. If you do, they'll praise you. Okay, but the right community will support you on the path even if you fall off. Okay, that's what made the difference for me. I didn't have the community in my journey of building my physique, but if I had people checking up on me to make sure I was keeping up with my workouts, my diet, my cardio, and habits, it would be the most important, key to achieving my physique and getting rid of all my insecurities. Because again, they're pushing me. They're helping me strive. I'm getting hungry to achieve where I am. And again, that's enhancing when there's other people that are on the same boat as me. So with this, hosting weekly group calls, one-on-one calls on top of that to make sure that, the journey is going as smooth as possible for you. And this isn't your average video program. It's a brotherhood that works together to change your life and your mindset for the better. Now, with this, premium access to me. So, number one, direct access. By joining my program, you gain direct access to my knowledge. You can ask me questions, request more informative content and more. Once again, from me, okay? You get enhanced support, so enjoy personalized support and mentorship from myself. We also make sure that, you receive guidance and motivation you need to achieve your goal or goals. Now, our 6 step process for your transformation. Number one, mindset mastery. Number two, optimal workout plans. Number three, quick and easy meal plans. Number four, like minded community. Number five, relentless accountability. And number six, direct access to me. Now, if you're ready to build a shredded physique alongside while working your full time job, without having to spend hours in the gym or cooking meals, book in a call with me so we can have a one on one talk and help you reach your gym physique and better your mindset indefinitely. Let's get this work.